Is this thing on? Hi, my name is Andrew Hicks. I'm a small-scale breeder of frilled dragons. I'm a lifelong reptile lover and hobbyist. Just wanted to make this video showing you guys some of my frilled dragons. They're my favorite animals in the world. And right now my collection is we've got some like temporary cages going on and stuff like that. I'm going to be changing things around a lot in the future. So I'll keep videos, posted to update you guys. But I just wanted to introduce my animals and yeah, see what you guys think. Okay, so this is my adult enclosure. Right here is Cecily. He's my male. You can see that it kind of looks like there's mesh in front of him. That's because I have a one-way vinyl cover on the acrylic glass, and that helps so that I can look at them without them getting nervous of me. Frilled dragons get kind of stressed. Soon, though, I mean, both of my animals are really, people friendly, really. So soon I'm going to take the mesh off on one side and let them have a side where they can see me and one side where they can get away. Anyway, this is my male. This is Cecily. And I'll open it up so you can see him. Hi, Cecily. Right now, obviously, he's shedding, so you can't really see his colors very well, but usually he's a darker color with a darker frill, and he has beautiful yellow patches in his frill, but you can't really see since he's shedding. And I think he thinks I'm going to give him a hornworm, but I'm not. On the other side is my female, and she's in shedding right now, and she's kind of hiding from me because the shedding is kind of stressing her out, so I'm going to leave her alone, and you guys can meet her in another video. The enclosure, though, I built myself. It's 4 feet long, 2 feet wide, and 4 feet tall. It's wood and covered with enamel, but soon, early this year, I'm going to rebuild the body of the enclosure using plastic. Another thing that I do for the frilled dragons is I have these little curtains in the front. That lets me cover them up. Whenever they were adjusting and I was getting them established and wanting them to breed without me watching them and feeling like, predators were watching them, I would just keep the enclosure covered. That's something that I just do. Frilled dragons, as many people know, can have a tendency to sulk, where if they get overly stressed, they'll just stay motionless on their log and they won't eat for weeks. And anytime you think your animal might be overly stressed and starting to sulk, you can cover them up and they'll usually snap out of it pretty quick. So I just like to keep that as an optional piece on my enclosures. Anyway, both of my male and my female are in shed right now. Big time shedding their whole body. And so I'm going to leave them alone, and I'll let you see them better once they're out of shed. Okay, and here are some of the babies that I've just hatched out. They're a little over a week old. I'll get a little bit closer so you can see them. Right now, I keep the babies in individual enclosures, so they're either by themselves or in groups of 2. And I do that so that each baby can have access to food. Right now it's a little later in the day. It's 3:30 or so, and usually between 3 and 4 o'clock, they climb up to sort of the hidey parts of the enclosure, either in the leaves or on top of their little misting system nozzles, and that's where they go to sleep. It's interesting because my male, Cecily, he does the same thing. Toward the end of the afternoon, he'll climb up to the highest part of the enclosure and just get ready for bed, chill out there for the rest of the day. The babies, oh, this little guy's up here. The babies, I start out feeding them small crickets, and then after a week or two, once they're eating really well, I try to transition them to baby dubia since I have a dubia colony. And I think that the high protein in the dubia is really good for them. I use a monsoon misting system that's on an appliance timer, and so they get sprayed throughout the day. And then these are old school Zoomed economy combination lamps. And so each enclosure has a heat bulb and a UV bulb that splits the enclosure. So each animal has access to heat, light, UVA, UVB, all of that. And it keeps, 2 enclosures only have 1 cord and I can control everything. I don't even know if Zoomed makes these anymore, but I really like them. A common mistake that I find people make with New Guinea frilled dragons, which are the kind that I have, I think they keep them too hot and not humid enough. If you actually look at the climate in New Guinea, in Indonesia, it stays warm but not desert hot, and much more humid. So for New Guinea frilled dragons, I like to keep a basking site of about 95 degrees and an ambient temperature in the mid to high 70s, and that's for juveniles and adults. Many people might disagree with me on that, and whatever works for your animals is best, but as you can see, I've had good breeding success using those conditions. Okay, this is Rebecca. She's a young, I hope, female that I wasn't planning on getting. Oop, and she got the hornworm. Good job, Rebecca. She's really, really beautiful. She's one of the most beautiful New Guinea frills I've ever seen. And I saw her and had to get her. She's in perfect condition. She's friendly, and just has amazing weight on her. Right now, she's in a temporary enclosure that I built. It's a 50-gallon Sterilite tub turned on its side, and I put a plexiglass front. Anyway, so soon, whenever she's big enough, she'll go in with the other adults. I'm just kind of quarantining her and getting her to a little bit larger size before I do that. I have some just blue painter's tape on this front bottom so that she doesn't rub her snout too much and she understands that there's a barrier there. But anyway, she's really, really pretty. And sorry that this front plexiglass is kind of dirty. I will clean it soon, I promise. So those are my frilled dragons. Cecily's still hanging out over there. I created some video the other day of my babies eating off of my little hemostats, and it was really adorable. So I'm going to try and post that video as well. So please comment with any questions that you have. I've been keeping frilled dragons for years. This is the first time that I've allowed my animals to breed, though. And my 2 adults are new. I haven't had them, but for a little over a year. Anyway, so yeah, please subscribe, and I'll upload more videos soon. Hey guys, also, if anyone out there is interested in one of my captive bred baby frilled dragons, I will include my reptile email address in the link below. Ooh, Cecily's doing something. Anyway, these are not a very good pet for beginner reptile hobbyists, so I recommend these only for people who have kept lizards or reptiles before. They're not too difficult to keep once they're established, but you really do need to know about reptiles in order to keep these. And as such, since they're not commonly bred in captivity, the adoption fee is quite high, so I'll go ahead and let you guys know that. But if you are a reptile hobbyist and you would like to adopt a captive bred frilled dragon, by all means, please email me, and I'd be more than happy to talk to you guys. So yeah, happy herping.